Welcome to the Asbestos Knowledge Empire.
What does asbestos management mean to you?
I used to really struggle with the asbestos management at my site, but now it's a breeze.
It used to be really expensive. I was paying loads, but now I've got my asbestos power team in place. It's so much easier.
Asbestos can be a pain in the arse if not handled right.
We had to stop the job because asbestos was discovered. Now we don't have that problem.
Asbestos management is easier than you think. Asbestos management. Be proactive, not reactive. Think about asbestos first, not last.
And now your hosts, best-selling authors and asbestos experts, Ian Stone and Neil Munro.
Hi, welcome to the Asbestos Knowledge Empire. My name's Neil Munro.
Hi, I'm Ian Stone.
So today, we're going to talk about asbestos databases.
Yeah, sometimes they're called databases or portals. What we mean by that, it's an electronic place where your asbestos information and health and safety information can be held and can be stored.
Online systems.
Yeah, online systems. I mean, well, in ye olden days, they'd be on a PC or a server, wouldn't they, in the actual thing? But nowadays, that's one of the things. Nowadays, it should be an online system. The technology's there to have a very decent online database system.
Lots of things are going to the cloud.
Yeah.
And that's why we've kind of moved in that direction. Asbestos survey reports in the past kind of always generated on paper, weren't they? There was printed photographs that you had to go down to the...
I used to have to go to Snappy Snap,
yeah,
pick up the...
get them developed,
pick them up, and then go back and stick them into reports.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But that is ridiculous. That was in like 2002.
Yeah.
That's madness. Like, we hit the future in the year 2000.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? We were supposed to, but in 2002, still sticking them in.
Yeah.
But thankfully, it's not like that anymore. And things have developed. They've moved on from, terrible just paper copy reports to electronic reports and now full-on online cloud-based systems.
It's kind of a standard, really, now. If you're procuring asbestos survey, especially if you've got multiple sites, really, you should be using a consultant with an online database because access to your asbestos information, it makes it so much easier. You can access these systems from your phone and from your laptop, from your tablet. As long as you've got an internet connection, you should be able to get hold of your asbestos information.
The thing is with the databases, definitely if you've got a multi-site property portfolio, definitely that's the way you should go because, I don't know, accessing the information, the knowledge is power kind of thing. If you can access that information, that's brilliant.
Yes, at your fingertips.
But even if you've only got one site, electronic database is still...
It's a no-brainer.
It is a no-brainer. I mean, it can be used for... It helps tick duty holders' box for communication and sharing of information.
It makes it a lot easier. You can give that information to a contractor very easily. I'd expect most databases, you should be able to grant access to information, and that could be split down from sites, or even down to reports to anyone that needs to open it. So to give you an example, if you've got lots of contractors working on your site and they're accessing different parts of the building, you can even give them access to those specific areas of the building. They can log in. Usually this is then timestamped, so you've got the evidence that they have actually logged in to have a look at the information. And that kind of helps you manage that process of, one, giving the information out, two, recording that the users have actually looked at it, because that's really important, because if you're giving them a paper copy, you've kind of got no evidence of them actually reading it. With an electronic system, you've got that possibility that you can actually timestamp and actually look at what they've looked at to ensure that they're, one, using it properly, they're looking at the right stuff.
They've at least logged in.
Yeah, they're confirming that they're actually using it and getting that asbestos information.
I mean, that's what it's all about. It's about the people that are liable to disturb, or anyone at risk should have access to that info. And like you say, on a big hospital, a big school, something like that, you might have different wings, different blocks. You wouldn't necessarily want to give a contractor the full-on access to the entire site because, I don't know, perhaps you've got sensitive data as well. But you might want to give them access to that one wing or that one boiler room or whatever. And the electronic way of sharing information, it is just a lot easier. And also with that, it's up-to-date information. As soon as you print a report off, essentially, it's kind of out of date.
Yeah.
Because you never know. Whereas if you're logging in through a client database, then you're looking at as live information. I mean, that's the way that our database works. I know some databases, they work on an upload kind of manner of once a week or something like that, which isn't as good.
No, it's the next best thing, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, like I say, ours, it's literally to the second. As soon as Serena in the office uploads the data and the report, it's there for the client to see. So if I don't know, yesterday we did a re-inspection, today she's done the report, and in that report we've highlighted that there's now damaged asbestos. As soon as she uploads that data, it's there to see.
Yeah.
Whereas, I don't know, if we were sending the reports out in the post and somebody went to site and looked at that report, that info's just dead, out of date.
Yeah. For some clients, we even record live data as well. So, for instance, before the report's even been issued, that data is, you can see it as pending.
Yes.
So if there was something that the client can actually log on and see, okay, I can see those changes and they're just still pending. So you can even see the data as it's coming through. So if you do want to get ahead of the game and see what's going on, that is a possibility as well.
So what sort of functionality should be in one? What functionality is in R1?
I think the most important and easiest one is actually getting access to the end report.
Yeah.
So that's the basic function, isn't it? So you can log on, download a copy of the report. That's the easiest function to really use.
What are the trick things? What are the cool things that ours does?
So you can run lots of different reports.
Yep.
Essentially, so when you get an asbestos survey report, you get the end product. So all the data has been collated together and presented in a kind of an easy to use format, presentation. It's very strict because we keep that in line with our UCAS accreditation and in line with guidance. But through the database, you've actually got access to the raw data. So you can manipulate it, you can pull it off as many databases or spreadsheets or in the format that you want. So for instance, you can run, I just want to see asbestos floor tiles. Where are they in my building or property or site? You can run off, what's just asbestos? Where are the no access areas? The non-asbestos.
What's non-asbestos, yeah.
And use all those different sort of tables. You can even say, if you've been using the database and information, you can even run what have we removed over the years. You can get those types of reports.
That is a good one, again, for reporting for, board level of what's happened over time with the asbestos management. Well, you can go back and, like you say, you can look at what's been removed. You can then bring up all the removal paperwork because that's all stored in the database.
Yeah.
So even down to the point of the method statements and the plans of works and the risk assessments.
That historical information.
The asbestos waste notes.
Yeah, which you legally have to keep.
Yeah, all of that can be stored in the database. And that's the beauty of databases.
Yeah.
We all know, right? You have a folder gets moved, you might move office, all of a sudden shit goes missing, and you've not got that report anymore. You've not got that data.
Or personnel change.
Yes, that's a biggie.
John had it all. I don't know what he did with it.
He left with a big box when he got sacked, and I don't know what happened to it.
And believe it or not, that is a real common scenario, isn't it?
Yeah. We've had it done. Yes. I know we've had it done, Neil. Yeah. We're going to turn the office up. We're going to find it. Oh, we've not got it, Neil. Can you quote us to redo it all?
Exactly that.
We've had that a million times, haven't we?
Yeah. Another sort of key sort of element of it, and lots of people look at information differently. And the great thing about a database is you can extract the information off in different formats. So you can extract out as photo registers. So if you're keen on looking at the actual physical images of the materials, you can have it in that format, and you can have it in a register format. So that comes off in an Excel spreadsheet. Mm-hmm. Some people, they love spreadsheets and they only can see the information when it's in the table, and you can extract as much information as you want. So you can have basic information, or you can go, really go down to town and not also get the word information, but get all the scores. If you like, all your priority risk assessments, your material risk assessments, the individual scores for each property. That's a good way. You can also extract it out as plans as well. All the plans go onto the database. Yeah. And look at it that way, and then click onto those elements and see the information.
Yeah. I mean, some of our clients as well, they've really taken on board the use of that cloud system. And it started out as just their asbestos database, but now it's their kind of health and safety portal.
Yes.
And they're putting on their staff training for other elements, their fire plans, their fire risk assessments, health and safety policy, because in our database, there's different areas that you can put information, and clients are uploading their own stuff because we've got no limit on data that they upload. It's just literally there to use and abuse. There's no kind of data limit. There's no kind of set limit or anything like that. It's just there to be used. And for me, that's the best way, because if that becomes the client portal for all their health and safety and all their asbestos, again, it's like, I don't know, years ago it'd be in the red folder in reception, whereas now it's like, well, no, all of our health and safety stuff, it's in this database. Go and have a look. And it's kind of, nothing gets lost, nothing gets misplaced. It's literally there, and it's there forever. This is what I really like about our database. The really cool thing is the mapping, the geolocation.
Yeah.
So for a lot of businesses, there's no need.
No.
Off of the address, there's a geolocation, and when you look at it on the map, it can pinpoint all your sites. You can zoom in, you can see exactly where they are, all the rest of it. For a lot of sites, you don't need it. So if you're a restaurant or a warehouse or whatever. However, for some of our other clients, environment agency, service suppliers that might have pump stations in the middle of nowhere, stuff like that, that is so important because, again, you can geolocate it to the exact location.
Yeah, and some of those do use it for guiding their external contractors that haven't been to their sites. And they use our database to actually locate it and tell them where it is.
Yeah, because we all know you get an address, you bang in the postcode, you turn up, you're on the high street, and the high street is actually 20 miles long, or a London road, that's a common one, and you're sitting there on London Road.
Where is number one?
Yeah, and you don't know, and that's the thing. And with the geolocation, it literally pinpoints the exact spot of where you're at. It's essentially the longitude and latitude of the site, so you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a really cool feature.
Yeah. So with our database as well, the client can give access to whoever they want to give access to. No, it's not a case of they've got to ring up our support office and get a user added onto the system. It's the flexibility that they can add and remove whoever they want to access that database.
Barry the plumber's going to this site next week.
Yeah.
Well, today, bosh, the client logs on, gives him the access, that's it, away he goes.
Yeah, that was a bit of a contentious feature before. It's like, it's a ball ache, so I've got to ring up,
add people,
and it's going to take them a week because you've got a backlog, blah blah blah. They can just log on, add them on, and they've got access straight away.
And the same with that, a contractor ceases to work for them, or an employee ceases to work for them,
bang them off,
literally straight away, revoke access, done.
Yeah,
so they can't have access to your data.
Yeah.
Again, which is massively important. GDPR, under all of those kind of regulations and that sentiment, it's so important to have that.
Yeah, definitely.
So how much should you pay for a database? Give me a figure. How much should we pay?
£1
million quid. That's how much clients should pay, if only. Do you know what? Over the years, I've been in this industry donkey's years, and over the years...
people charge for data, don't they?
Yeah, I've seen charge for data. You're not having your data, Mr. Client, when you're leaving and going elsewhere.
Strongholding people.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's in the contractual that we own your data. It's like, hold on a minute. It's my data.
Exactly that.
Exorbitant setup fees to set you up on the database.
Don't get me wrong, if there's transferring information, sometimes there's a lot of work that needs to be done in importing data from old databases into new ones.
Yeah.
You probably would be expecting that.
That is fair enough.
Because if there's work involved.
I'm coming at it from the point of, I'm a client, I've come to you, how much is a database going to cost? I haven't got one now.
Yes.
But I've seen them charge thousands for setup fees, thousands per year to use it.
Charging per user.
Charging per gig, $1,000 a gig of data.
$1,000 a gig, yeah. $1,000 a gig.
It's madness.
No, if you actually think a gig is nothing.
No.
Especially when you're talking about asbestos survey reports, when you've got photos, you've got plans, you've actually got the survey reports themselves, you soon rattle through a gig, that's for sure.
Yes, so that's what the industry is charging. We don't charge that. Our database is provided free to our clients. If a client's using us for any element of their asbestos works, then we provide them with a free database.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and the thing is, it costs a lot of money. For us to set up that database, we invested a lot of money, thousands and thousands.
Time.
Oh my God, the time's been ridiculous. What we've invested to get it to where it is now.
Yeah.
But we're not looking to recoup that cost because, I don't know, in my mind, that's part of the service of what we do.
Yeah.
I know we are different to the rest of the industry because the rest of the industry are charging for all sorts and stuff. But in my mind, that's what we wrote about in our book, wasn't it? The fact that you should be paying zilch for your database because we're doing the work. We're a data kind of forward organisation now. Yeah. So everything we're doing, we can transfer into it. Limited cost to us.
Yeah, essentially we've done the hard work, and the hard work is actually putting the data together.
Yeah.
Actually putting the asbestos survey reports together.
Yeah, the actual site work and the work that we do.
So it's just literally, and to produce a report, that's the work.
Yeah.
So really, we're just giving this is just a way of providing the information a lot easier.
It's like the raw data we've already collected as part of our job.
Yep.
We're now giving you access to it for free.
So yeah, definitely, if you are paying for an asbestos database, then I'd definitely question it because there are free opportunities out there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I hope you enjoyed that about databases. I think we've covered everything we kind of wanted to. That was a good one. Remember, asbestos first, not last.